Happy Tuesday, traders. Just as usual, I'm going to provide my market update, my plans for the week to you guys. All right. I know yesterday one of the member asked me, "Oh, could be a good time to go long on the US indices." However, I mentioned back to him that it was a US holiday yesterday, so I was not trading. I was only managing my trade. Okay, so let's get into it. Get my pen. So S&P 500, I always start with S&P 500 first because most of the other asset is going to be led by the stock indices. So are we making a double bottom on the weekly? Potentially. Okay. So you can see this 4,250 area has a lot of interaction, previous all-time high and previous support you can see through here. So I think potentially we are maybe having a weekly phase two. Would it break this lower high formation? We shall see. Let me drop down to daily to show you. You can see already I'm in the trade, but I'll explain that a bit more anyway in detail. All right, so the formation you can see very clearly. We are, just move this up higher, where we are in the support and resistance zone around this 4,250 area. Okay, yesterday had more selling off due to Ukraine, whatever you want to call it, but you can see price action when it's aggressive sell-off usually follow with a bounce. All right, so that's what I am aiming for, right? Bounce probably. Look, let's not be too greedy. The market hasn't been the kindest to trade, so let's keep some of the profit short and sweet. So 2 to 1, 3 to 1 for me around this. Get the exact number. The first target would be in. Me would be around the 4,470 area. That's my first target. You can see that's still a 3.7 to 1 risk to reward, which is excellent. And then I always set optimistic target anyway, right? But I'm managing accordingly. Then the next one is just under the trend line, 4,629. This is 7 to 1 trade. Whether I will get it, I don't know. It depending how kind the market's to me. All right. How did I enter this trade? You know, a lot of our members been asking, how do you get an elegant entry? Well, I want to go long because it's a potential double bottom on daily and weekly. So I want to go long on stock indices. Therefore, any sort of opportunity on a smaller time frame, 1 hour, you can see right here. This is a double bottom formation, right? Take it, took the breakout. That's how you find an elegant entry. This is already an elegant entry. Whether it's a winning trade, that's a different matter. Okay, so you got to train your eye to see the change of pattern on smaller time frame. If you guys remember, I often said high time frame provide direction. So we got the direction. We know that it's on support resistance zone, so likely to have a bounce. Secondly, is using smaller time frame for your execution. Therefore, your elegant entry. I like to use 1 hour. Sometimes I use it lower, but let's stick with 1 hour. Change of pattern. A reversal pattern, which here a double bottom. All right. Moving on, so I'm already in S&P 500. So let's go down to Dow Jones. Another trade. Same thing. Let's go to weekly first. Are we in a support and resistance zone? Yes, we are. Okay, so you can see interaction. All right. So weekly, we are likely to have a double bottom and may have a bounce. I'm saying may because we never know what's exactly going to happen. Let's drop down to daily, having a little bit more detail. Daily, you can see price action is quite similar to S&P 500. Big sell-off follow with a bounce. So are we looking for the similar things? Yes, we are. So today you can see already is an inside bar potentially forming on the daily, right? Dropping down to hourly. Let's have a look. Bang. You can see it's trying to break this little 1 hour double bottom. You see here? So S&P 500 formed a similar pattern, broken out. Dow Jones, similar pattern, broken out. So now that's how I trade, using market correlation. You know, I like to see the same kind of asset class do similar things. So I didn't hesitate to take the trade. One last one that I'm going to quickly show you is NASDAQ, just to see, are they doing similar things, you know? So you can see, just do daily. Yes, it's back to this supply and demand zone around these 14,000, 13,800 area. A little bit more bearish than S&P 500, but it is still, you know, the selling still contained. It's not too aggressive, you know, is looking a bit exhausted as well. Yesterday, I mean, I often like to see a big sell-off on Monday and no follow-through. So what we call a turnaround Tuesday is quite typical that happened. So now the daily on NASDAQ is quite similar. What we're going to do is just quickly check on the 1 hour. Are they forming up a double bottom as well? Just delete the arrow. I mean, you can see, yes, it is formed a double bottom and trying to break higher. Therefore, that's why I took the trade on S&P 500. Okay, let's move on to the most, shall we say, boring, or shall we say tricky Forex market. I have not much interest at the moment. Why I have no much interest? Look at this. This is just so rangy, right? Could this be a big head and shoulder, right? Could that be the right shoulder here? The right shoulder? Or so maybe this is the shoulder and then come to the neckline around this area, 94.50 area. That's option one. However, that could be another option that is, this is not a right shoulder yet. This is a lower high, a higher low formation on the daily. So that's the support, and then bounce back up to this resistance area. So I don't know. I really need to give me more direction yet. All right. So I need to see either price break above this monthly pivot. Let's clear this up a bit more first. So I need to see price break out of this range, maybe there, or option two is break lower out of this range. Okay, so it's not the nicest when dollar index hasn't got a clear direction. It makes it very difficult to trade. I did try and trade euro dollar, which I result in a little loss, which is fine. This happens anyway. You know, nobody wins all the trades. So being, you know, when dollar index hasn't got a clear direction, the rest of it is just, I'm not even gonna bother to look. All right. But one interesting one that I want to point out to you guys is dollar yen. Dollar yen means the main thing that I want to show you is the strength from yen. We are seeing some dollar selling against the yen, but nothing as aggressive as the indices. So something is telling me that, you know, the whole overall market participants not anticipating a really risk-off move. If it was a really risk-off move, we would have seen yen probably broken through this trend line already and continue to break lower. But the fact that the price are still contained inside this channel here, it tells me that we should be okay. We're not that risk off at the moment. Now, if this is broken already, this trend line, then the matter would be different. Therefore, it's another thing that I use a inverse correlation to go long on the stock indices. So that's all for the forex side. I'm going to quickly go to the commodity, show you something interesting is gold. Right, we saw a big sort of bullish run break off, but momentum is slowing down. You know, that's probably the exhaustion bar. Now follow with some exhaustion price action, right? A couple of hanging men and the inside bar at the moment. All right, so is it strong enough for me to sell it? It's a tricky one, actually. It's a phase 2 trade, which I don't do an awful lot. Doesn't mean I won't trade it, but it has to give me a very sort of clean and elegant entry. There's one that I probably won't consider. I was thinking about taking a retest in here, but because the 1 hour bar, one big sell-off and follow with nothing, so I'm not really gonna eager take this trade right here, right now. So price probably need to break below this trend line first, all right? So neckline, whatever you call it. So under the 1890 area for a retest to take it back down here. So probably a quick 2-to-1 trade. If they present to me at the right time, then I would consider to take a short trade on gold. Moving on to the last commodity that I want to show you is oil. Right, now looks like we're probably going to have a pop higher on oil. Let me go to a daily. You can see we are in this expanding wedge. Seller did try to come in when it on the top channel here, but quickly failed when it touches the 20 EMAs. We are seeing buyers coming back in. We're already hearing news that Russia already started the invasion. When Russia really begin this invasion, I think we are going to see oil pop even higher. So the possible entry was around this area for retest, but as you can see, the price action in the smaller time frame is not the cleanest, so I missed that. I was not really, you know, wanted to trade on oil, so I will have to let it go. To be honest, for me, I'm not gonna touch that now. Okay, final part, of course, the crypto. Right, Bitcoin is now, I'm out of the trade. If anyone that was following the channel would know that I was shorting Ethereum and I'm out of the trade. Weekly, we are still on a downtrend, all right? So we already have lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low formation right here. So I see price going to test the $20,000 eventually, or, you know, probably a near future. We're on, you know, maybe May, June, I assume. Then I'll obviously correlate with the commitment of traders, see how the commercial behavior reacts, then likely to turn into a bias, but don't worry, we'll provide our update near of the time then. Short term, what are we doing with that? I'm out of the short trade. Reason being is, let me drop to the daily. You will be able to see. Now we are back to this sort of soft support level. So I see price probably gonna have a bounce, whether it's just gonna stay below the 40,000 or slightly higher, don't know. But I don't think I'm going to trade long. Nah, I will. Actually, that's kind of one really interesting fact that I want to show you guys very, very quickly. But actually, let me finish off the analysis. When you go long on cryptocurrency, the swap is very high. But if you're actually shorting it, you earn a positive swap. So you earn some interest every day. How exactly the mechanism works, I don't know yet. I will talk to my broker and find out how it works. Moving on to Ethereum, like I said yesterday, I'm totally out of the trade. How did I enter the trade? I will provide a short video later for full detail, but in here you can see is basically a double top formation on daily. Yeah, a break below this inside bar, and then boom, in here. So my first target is around this area. I closed it all off. I explained to you why I closed it all off yesterday. Is hourly price action. You can see when this last push lower, that immediate buying from the buyers, that puts me off to continue on this trade, because all through this area here was nice. You can see the red bar is nice and big, green bar nice and small, so nothing sort of to show you that the sellers is losing control. However, in this area here, you can clearly see price actions very different to this area here, right? Buyer bars are stronger. All right, that's how I do my trade management: price action and a change of trend, or a change of trend in the smaller time frame. I use a head and shoulder breakout on Ethereum. So now this area is looking like the inverse on that. So for me, I will use price action and pattern to manage the trade. So I am totally out of Ethereum. That brings in a £4,000 profit plus daily interest, 3 days work. I don't think it's bad at all. So that's all for this week. My main plan, just to recap, is to go long on stock indices and potentially a gold seller. I will trade some individual stocks. I'm not going to go into detail. I will show you some result when I go into it. The reason why I don't want to tell you how to trade individual stock first, a lot of people don't have access to it, and the behavior of trading individual stocks is a bit different, a little bit more advanced. So I don't want to interfere with what you guys are learning at the moment, but I'm happy to share the result with you guys when it's the right time. Okay, now I am actually on Discord just to show you guys. I would post something like yesterday. I said I'm not trading today, and then one of the members asking how a break and a retest works. So I done a video for you guys, and I tag everybody. I hope you guys do get a notification. If you don't get a notification, it's something to do with your phone setting. You really need to go to your phone and set a notification. Otherwise, you probably would miss out what I'm about to show you guys. Okay, so same thing apply. If you guys want to speak with me, just tag me. All right, do that and ask a question. What question that is related to whatever trading that you require, send it to me, and I obviously will do my very best to help you. Okay, so as always, happy trading, healthy investing, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.